What a chaotic year it's been for global supply chains, from low water levels in the Panama Canal to vessels having to go around the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa because they're literally being fired on in the Red Sea. Weather issues, port and labor disputes, most recently a 3-day work stoppage at the East Coast and Gulf ports. What can we expect for the rest of the year? Can we make any predictions as we close out 2024? Today I hope to address those questions. But before getting into the rest of 2024, I'd like to go back and talk about the resolution at the East Coast and Gulf ports. After a 3-day work stoppage, the ports were reopened on Friday, October 4th. The wage issue, the financial issue has been dealt with at this point, but it still leaves the port automation issue. This could be one of the most contentious issues. The contract agreement has been extended until January 15th, 2025. But let's hope that cooler heads will prevail now that the financial aspect has been dealt with. So as we close out the year, what should 2024 look like? Let's start with Asia to US ocean freight. We're entering into traditional slack season. We're past the peak season. Peak season came early this year, but as the year continues to go on, we're expecting rates to continue to have downward pressure on them. It's amazing to think back in June and July of this year how high rates had elevated to. They've dropped quite a bit, and they will continue most likely to stabilize as the year goes on. At the beginning of this month, there was the Chinese Golden Week holiday, which after that there's been an uptick in demand, which has slightly raised rates, but as we move forward, rates will most likely continue to drop. The main things that we're going to need to keep our eyes on as we move forward is obviously the East Coast Gulf port labor negotiation still hasn't been resolved. That's extended until January 15th. If we get close to the end of the year and this has not been resolved yet, this could put some demand into the market and an increase of rates. Chinese New Year is starting at the end of January this year. That traditionally does put some demand pressure on the market with an increase of rates. And lastly is the ocean alliances are reshuffling of February of 2025. People may try and get ahead of that, which could put some demand into the market and increase rates. Air freight from Asia to the US has remained stable. This is going to be the traditional peak season for air freight from Asia to US. So moving forward, we should anticipate some increases on air freight rates. And then as we look at ocean freight from Europe to the US, again, traditional peak season time right now, demand is going up, and so we probably will see some increases on ocean freight rates from Europe into the US. Air freight from Europe into the US has been weak this year, so although we are in traditional peak season on air freight from Europe to US as well, rates will most likely stay soft as we move through the rest of this year. Thanks for watching this video. If there's any other questions I can answer or any way that I can help you, please reach out to me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.